It has been almost 1 year since congestion pricing officially went into effect in New York City. On January 5th, the city became the first in the nation to charge most drivers a daily fee to enter Manhattan south of 60th Street. Supporters said it would help clear up traffic, improve air quality, and raise billions for long overdue MTA upgrades. But critics warned it could hurt working-class commuters, push pollution into outer borough communities, and create new inequities across the city. Before the program launched, I spoke with the then communications manager at Transportation Alternatives, one of the groups that advocated for congestion pricing.
A cost that we don't often talk about too is the cost of congestion in New York City, which has been regarded as having the worst traffic congestion in the whole world. So that's lost productivity. People who are riding the bus are stuck in traffic on these congested streets across the city. That's a toll on people who are using transit to get around.
The core idea behind congestion pricing is simple. Fewer cars entering Manhattan means less gridlock, faster buses, and cleaner air.
The money that is going to be raised from congestion pricing is going to go towards making subway commutes more reliable. It's going to make sure that people have an elevator to get out of the station, increasing access, increasing accessibility on our transit system. And for people that do choose to still drive into the central business district, there's going to be less traffic for them too, so they can get around faster. They can get where they need to be going faster too.
But at a cost of $9 during peak hours for the average passenger vehicle, critics argue the program adds another financial burden, especially for people who have no choice but to drive. Others worry about how the policy affects neighborhoods far from Midtown. Communities in the South Bronx have some of the highest asthma rates in the country. Advocates there fear that drivers avoiding tolls could divert into their neighborhoods, pushing more truck traffic onto already polluted corridors, like the Cross Bronx Expressway. But those in favor of congestion pricing say those concerns are being addressed.
One of the things that the MTA was planning on doing as part of the environmental review was dedicating hundreds of millions of dollars to air quality mitigation measures in the Bronx. So things like all electric buses are going to be prioritized for the Bronx. A lot of other programs that were dependent on congestion pricing starting to mitigate those air quality concerns. And that's not to say that more work has to be done, because more work absolutely has to be done. But without congestion pricing, those air quality improvement measures are at risk too.
Nearly a year into the program, the MTA is calling it a success. Officials say about 60,000 fewer vehicles are entering the congestion relief zone each day, and the program generated $48 million in its first month alone. But the concerns haven't disappeared. Some drivers say the financial strain is real. Environmental groups in the Bronx are still closely monitoring truck traffic, and questions about fairness, who pays and who benefits, continue to shape public opinion. The program also faces ongoing legal uncertainty. The Trump administration has threatened federal action to shut it down, and the future of congestion pricing remains tied up in courts as the case moves forward. Supporters point to other major cities like London as evidence that congestion pricing can work long term.
They've had a congestion pricing program for, almost 2 decades now that has reduced traffic, that has led to increases, in public transit usage, has provided funding for transit upgrades, and has made streets safer.
As New York approaches the 1-year anniversary of congestion pricing, the debate is far from over. What is clear is that this policy has already reshaped how the city moves, and the effects, both positive and negative, will continue to unfold long after year 1.